responded with only the teeniest bit of sarcasm. I scanned the street. It was reasonably deserted at 3 a.m, just the odd taxi screaming past, full of partiers dragging their inebriated bodies home. I could tell, since the one who hurtled past reeked of mojitos and the girls were babbling to each other about men who were assholes. "Amen to that, sister," I muttered under my breath. "What?" Scott piped in. Shit, I'd totally forgotten I was still on the phone with him. He didn't hang up and treat me with the coldness bordering on disgust like the rest of the dispatchers did. That was on account of the fact that my lifestyle fascinated instead of disturbed him. Give him time and education that half-breeds didn't get until they were turned. He'd come to despise me like the rest of my race and my family. "I wasn't talking to you, Scott," I replied in a tight voice, directing myself to my cherry-red convertible across the street. I was strictly meant to blend in and not call attention to myself. But hey, why try to fit in when you were born to stand out? Or, more accurately, died and then came back to life as a blood-sucking monster created to stand out. Potato, potato. "Do you have someone with you? Like a sidekick?" he asked quickly. I paused at the door to my car. "No, I fly solo. And don't ever say the word sidekick again," I ordered. I could practically taste his sigh of relief over the phone. "I can totally do that. Not say sidekick, I mean. Shit, wingman? 'Cause wingman seems totally more appropriate, considering there's this man I know who would like to be your wing." He paused. "He's me," he clarified. "Goodbye, Scott," I said into the phone. "But..." I hung up before he could finish his no-doubt Pulitzer Prize-winning sentence. Not that such a gesture would offend nor hamper him. The kid seemed to like it when I was a bitch to him. I shook my head and threw my bag on the passenger seat. I should have probably been nicer to him. He just wanted to be my friend. Sidekick. I mentally cringed. I wasn't exactly full to the brim in the friends department. Actually, that particular part of my life was decaying with cobwebs. I had one person on the entire planet who I could say with almost absolute certainty didn't want me dead. Well, at least not this century. I pulled out of my parking space and hurtled back into the night, heading for my penthouse in Upper Manhattan. Although I had plenty of others that were overflowing, one area of my life was lacking. In addition to my closet, there was my kick-ass apartment in New York, villa in Italy, cabin in Sweden. You get the picture. I was also gloriously attractive, had great fashion sense, and was forever frozen in my fashionable and attractive state. Immortality didn't suck, though I did. Har har. "I'm hilarious. How do I not have friends chomping at the bit to have late-night hangs?" I asked myself. Maybe because I talked to myself after snacking on a rapist. More likely, it was because the only particular humans I snacked on were of the disgusting variety. Dregs of society. Murderers, child molesters, rapists. Scum that the world deserved to be rid of. I made sure every soul I took was one that was heading for a long, hot stay in the underworld. I hoped the day would never come when my own immortality was snuffed out. There was no doubt I'd be headed to the underworld, and I'd be facing a lot of pissed-off, vengeful douchebags when I got there. A nice motivation to keep breathing. Or not breathing, as the case may be. Plus, Chanel had a new collection coming out in a month. My phone rang in the Bluetooth system of my car as I pulled into the underground parking of my building. I cringed at the caller ID. "Why, God? Why?" I asked the Almighty. I got no answer, mainly because if the Almighty was up there and gazing at my auburn head, he'd most likely be trying to figure out ways to smite it, abomination that I was. "Mother," I greeted through gritted teeth, maneuvering my way towards my parking spot. "Isla." Her terse voice dripped with disapproval, regardless of the fact that she'd not even started speaking to me. Like the big man upstairs, my entire existence was a disapproval to her. She'd smite me in a second.